Hi everyone, my name's Lexi and today I'll be giving you a Rave makeup tutorial. The goal of this video is really just to give you some tips and tricks to make your makeup stay on all night long. I know a big part of our Rave community is expression through art, which we do through our outfits and our makeup. So I just really wanted to give you this tip so that your fit can be complete throughout the entire night. Alright, let's get started. My inspiration for this look really came from this palette by Morphe called Hit the Lights. There are just all these different fun glitters in there that I kind of wanted to play with. So this is kind of the look that I'm going to be inspired by today. I might change it up a little bit, but I really wanted to play with those iridescent glitters and just kind of have fun with it. Alright, so just how any other makeup look should start, you should start by washing and moisturizing your face, which I already did before I started filming. So the next step will be primer. And just like Marissa Barton says, prime like your life depends on it. If you don't prep the base of your face correctly before you put your makeup on, your makeup really has zero chance of staying on all night. The primer that I will be using today is this one by Wet n Wild. It's a matte primer. Another drugstore brand I really like is the e.l.f. primers. Those are really good. This is not the time to be shy when putting on primer, especially if you're doing a heavy makeup look with full coverage and everything like that. It's good to prime your face, your eyes as well. One of the things that I found that helps my makeup look better when I do these kinds of looks with a lot of color and glitter is to do your eyes first when it comes to makeup. That's because if you have any fallout or anything like that, you could wipe it away before you put your foundation on. If you choose to do your base first and use these kind of colors, you do have to be more careful and you might get some color drip on your face. I personally don't do that and I would just like to avoid that at all costs. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to do my eyebrows off camera and then I'll come back to do my eye makeup. Alright, so those are my eyebrows and then we're just going to start by priming the eyelids. We already primed them with the primer earlier, but just to go a little bit further, I'm going to conceal my eyelids and set it with the setting powder. This just helps eliminate any veins or any discoloration you have on your eyelids, just so the color comes through evenly throughout your entire eyelid. Just gonna grab a little bit of the setting powder, not a whole bunch, and just kind of set my eyelid. You could also do this with like a tan eyeshadow or a very light eyeshadow. Alrighty, so now that we have that started, we're gonna begin with our eye makeup. So I'm gonna start with another one of my favorite Morphe palettes, the 35B palette. Super colorful. And the way this look kind of looks is it's like a pink and purple shade in the crease, and then there's this blue kind of iridescent glitter on the lid. So that's where I'm gonna kind of go with. I'm gonna start with a light pink shade, so probably gonna go in with this one right here. Gonna go over the lid. I'm gonna use this magenta light color right here. Use the brush. More precise in the crease. This just gives your crease some more dimension when you use more colors, especially when we cut the crease. Alright, so now that we got that crazy purple thing going on our eyelids, we're going to cut our crease. And the way we're going to do that is just by grabbing some concealer. And the favorite brush I like to use for this is the Morphe R42 brush. It really just gives you that preciseness. The reason I recommend cutting your crease is because when you put on these glitters, it'll show better if you have that flat tan base, versus if you were to put this on now, it would kind of blend with that color and it wouldn't pop as much. So we want to make it extra, we want to make it colorful when we go to these raves, so I recommend cutting your crease. So I'm going to do that off camera and then I'll be right back. So now that we've cut the crease, we're going to go in with my favorite part, glitter. So I'm probably going to start with this one, this pretty pink iridescent, and then just kind of see how that looks. When applying pressed glitter is one of my favorite tips to use, is use your finger and then blend it out with the brush. If you try putting it on with the brush from the beginning, it won't come out as pigmented and it won't stay on as much. So we're gonna go in with that one. And then that's not extreme enough for me, so I'm gonna build on. Probably gonna use a little bit of this blue glitter in the Morphe 35B palette. So now that we have our base colors on, we will be adding more glitter later, but that's what we're gonna start with right now. So what you're gonna do is grab a wipe and you're gonna wipe the under your eyes and all the glitter that fell off. This can also help shape your eyes, so if you wanna give that more of a sharp look, this is where that would help for sure. So now we're going to start with foundation. I will be using my tried and true Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I swear by this foundation. I've been using it for years. It stays on perfectly. It does give you that matte look, so 10 out of 10 recommend. I'm using the Beauty Blender to apply it. And just some tips non-makeup wise is when you're preparing to go for a rave, make sure you stay hydrated. Make sure you drink lots and lots and lots of water the days before. A lot of times raves are outside, so you will get dehydrated pretty fast. Make sure that you're moisturizing before, because your face will dry out. Make sure you're wearing sunblock if it is hot outside. Make sure you're eating. That's a big part, especially before. You know, sometimes we forget to eat at raves for some reasons. So make sure you're eating before, getting lots of rest. Make sure that you are blending into your neck, especially if your foundation doesn't match your skin as well, like mine. Mine's very tan, I'm not very tan. So make sure you're blending. And if you're wearing something that's like lower, make sure you blend all the way down there, behind your ears. So give you that more natural look. One of the biggest investments and the greatest investments you could do is getting a hand fan. When you're with all those people, it gets super sweaty, and although water is important, that doesn't really cool you down as fast. Definitely recommend a hand fan. Like, those are the best thing, and trust me, once you get there, you'll realize, even at nighttime, with all those bodies right next to each other, you're gonna want a hand fan for sure. Or stand next to someone that has a hand fan, but don't rely on other people, rely on yourself. So what I'm doing right now, we're just going with the settings powder. I'm going with the Airspun. Setting your face, this is important. If you have oily skin or just, you know, you're gonna get sweaty fast, make sure you are setting your face. So I like to do that with the translucent, and then I will go in with more powder. I'll be using, this is almost gone, but again, the Fit Me Set and Smooth, just for the places that I didn't put the translucent powder, just so it blends better, and also so that part is protected against sweat too. It's inevitable, you're gonna sweat, like it's gonna happen, but we gotta make sure you look as pretty as you can for as long as you can. So next thing we'll be doing is contouring our face. I'll be using this one. Pull your hair back so you do have that kind of line right there. Start in the back, work forward. Another thing I recommend is if you want to take a lot of pictures, you want to look cute, you want to look snatched, make sure you make your contour darker than you usually do, because it'll show up in pictures better. And also, rave makeup is so extreme anyways that it won't look bad. I'm not saying use a whole different color of contour, but maybe put a little bit more on than you usually do. The next step is so important. It's setting spray. Setting spray helps the powder that you just put on all over your face melt into your creams that you just put on your face. So that foundation, that cream foundation you put on, and then the powder foundation that we put on, it helps it blend together so your face doesn't look so caked on. And another thing is setting spray in itself is supposed to make your makeup stay on longer, and it just refreshes your face after all of this. If you get anything out of this video, moisturize, prime, set. Doesn't matter what you do in between that. If you're not a foundation person, cool. If you're not an eyeshadow person, cool. Moisturize, prime, set. Just gonna spray it all over our face. So refreshing. We're just gonna let it dry a little bit. But while we're letting it dry, we're gonna grab our highlight. Putting your highlight on while your face is still kind of like damp really helps it pop more. Another thing I like to do just to make sure is to spray. I'm just gonna be using this gold highlight right here. I'm gonna put it on my nose. Cupid's bow. And on my cheeks. And then I even like to go above my brow bone. I'm also going to go in with the eyeshadow, the pink glittery eyeshadow, and put that on this highlight as well. So it kind of matches my makeup more. the last step is gonna be lashes. If you're good at fake eyelashes, you do you. I think they're beautiful. I think they only add to the look. I personally cannot put them on to save my life, and I don't have any right now. So what we're gonna do is just build and build and build and build our mascara. So I'm gonna do my eyeliner off camera real quick and then we'll come back. So I'm just gonna go in and curl my eyelashes. And then I'm gonna go in with this blue mascara. It has a smaller brush for my lower lashes, thicker brush for my upper lashes. Alrighty guys, now that we're done with our makeup, I just want to give you a couple more tips before we leave. For hair and body, you want to go low maintenance. You're jumping, you're having fun, you're dancing, you're walking, it's a long day. You don't want something that's super structured and it's gonna fall out and it's just gonna bother you the whole time. So one of my favorite hairstyles to do is I like to use these different colorful rubber bands and just go in at the top. Now that we have this ponytail right here, I'm gonna grab about the same section of hair behind it and include that same ponytail and just wrap that one. Another good tip is to maybe double rubber band them so they don't fall out as much. All right, so the hair is done. Put my candy on just for you guys. So see, this hairstyle only took me like 5 minutes to do, not even that. It's not gonna fall out if I jump around. I want to be worrying about the music, having fun with my friends, all that kind of stuff all night long, not having to worry about my hair. This is one of my favorite hairstyles to do. It almost looks like braids going back, and if you can't braid your own hair, this is a key to success. So the last step we have to do is body glitter. This is one of my favorite body glitters. I got it from Target. This glue is kind of like a paste. See, I put it on. This one has moons and stars on it. It doesn't come off. It doesn't rub off on your friends when you hug them. So one of the favorite places I like to put it, depending on what I'm wearing for my outfit, but what I like to do is to put it on my cheekbones, going up, in case our highlight wasn't enough glitter. See, you don't have to put glue on and then glitter, it's just one step. So I like to do it right there. Go up. And boom, so easy, so simple. It's not itchy, it's one step. I like, all my friends like using it. I always bring it. I've had this for like, since EDC last year, so probably about a year, and all my friends use it all the time, and there's still so much in here. I think it was about like $15 or something like that, but totally worth it. Alrighty guys, so that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to moisturize, prime, and set. Always remember to have peace, love, unity, and respect. See you later. It's like, oh, I meant to do this, was natural, I woke up like this, but you didn't. You spent 3 hours on it, so. The next step, which is honestly arguably one. All right, you guys, thanks so much for. All right, player fan. All right.